going on, guys? College basketball Saturday. I mean, this is it. This is the best Saturday I've seen yet, and it's by like a good margin. This is the best. Look at me. This is the best Saturday I've seen yet. We're in March. I mean, this is unbelievable. It just feels so good. We made it. It's March 1st. It's going to be the best month ever. This is going to be a record-setting month. I truly believe in it. The amount of hours I've been putting in overnight, looking at trends, history, stats, replays of other tournaments, everything. I'm dialed in. I'm going to go over every game today for Saturday. So if you guys are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and drop a like on today's video. Quick recap before we get into all these games, and there's a lot of them, so I'm going to go fast today. I want to get to these games. You got to meet me in the middle. I got to go over a little bit of stuff here, a little bit of housekeeping for the channel, and then I'm going to do every game for you guys. But I can't just be like, hey, guys, what's up? All right, game number 1, fucking take the home team minus 15.5. Bear with me here, just a couple minutes of housekeeping. And this is actually very important stuff you guys should know as well. We're coming off another winning month here. So February ended up 56-47. That's a 54% winning rate. If you're new to my channel or you're not aware, I do offer a premium membership where the bets that I actually put money on, I know I go over every game every day, but the stuff I actually decide personally to bet, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, 13 years now. If you want to know the stuff I'm putting money on personally, you can become a member right here on the channel. Get my premium picks every single day. That's 103 picks I gave out in the month of February. That's about 3.5 a day on average. 54% win rate. We were up 10 units. So if you're in like an average $100 better, if you put $100 as like your average unit size, you would have made $1,000 just in the month, minus the cost of the membership. Over $900 just by becoming a member. I can't talk right now because that is coffee, Green Mountain coffee. It's really good. I drink a lot of it. It keeps me rocking and rolling. It's excellent. If you like Folgers, that's fine, man. That's fine. You don't have to hate on me for drinking Green Mountain coffee. But if you want the energy in these videos, if you want me to be somewhat entertaining, if you want me to continue doing the depth and research to get you guys winning picks, I got to be on the coffee and I got to be a little bit crazy in the videos. I think that's fair. By the way, that 56-47 record, that includes a 5-unit loss. Yes, we were on the 49ers in the Super Bowl. It also includes 2 stupid parlays that we lost 3 units apiece on. 11 units in 3 losses. You take that out of the equation, it was over a 20-unit month. That's pretty serious, especially when you look long-term and you know that there's 12 months in a year. On average, I'm winning 15 to 20 units a month. Do the math. Bet $100 a pop. I'm a money printing machine. Consider becoming a member. I really, really suggest it. The timing's perfect as well. You get an entire month. It's the beginning of March. You'll get all the way through the regular season, conference tournaments, 90% of the March Madness tournament. No better time to become a member than right now. It's a fresh month. We're coming off a winning month. We're going to set records in March. I truly believe that. I already have 1, 2, 3. I already have 4 2 units pretty big. I don't throw out 2 units much, and we've won our last 3 of them. I've already put out 4 2-unit picks for Saturday. I've already put out 7 picks, actually 8 picks total for Saturday. Saturday alone will pay for your membership. If you guys are looking for a little bit of a lower volume, lower cost membership, you can also use the link in my description to Soet. Soet is kind of a social media platform mixed with professionals. I'm one of them on there. I give out 1 pick a day, only 1. So it's much, much lower volume, but it's $10 a month and you'll have access to my picks and 50 to 60 other professionals. Follow their hot streaks, read what they put out on a daily basis. You'll get all of their premium plays as well for $10 a month. So if you want to check out Soet, highly recommend it. You could do both. It's a no-brainer. Do both, double up, make a bunch of money. I think that's pretty much it here, guys. Is that pretty much it? Are we ready to rock and roll for Saturday? Oh, winning pick, Washington State, minus 6.5. It comes up short. It was one of those games where they're like, you know what, USC, they came to play, super competitive game. USC played hard. They got their full roster back. Collins, USC. There's some talent on that roster. I'm actually it is underrated. They're kind of flying a little bit below the radar. That is a pretty good team in USC. So we come up short with the last whiteboard winning pick, but that's still 4 winners out of the last 7 picks. So still a winning record. I'm going to try to get you guys another winner today. So make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video. I'm going to update that whiteboard in today's video with a winner. There's a lot of games to choose on Saturday. I'm going to do my very best to get you guys another winner, even for free content. I think that's pretty much it. I think we dive right into it. Follow my TikTok, link in the description. You see the winning percentages through an entire month. You see everything going on. 60% winning percentage on Soet. 54% winning percentage. 54% winning percentage. Over 103 picks here in 1 month right on YouTube. I don't have to say anything other than that. Let's get into Saturday, guys. Let's do it. And of course, keep loading up that comment section. You guys love dropping your picks down there, and people love to read everyone's comments, bounce ideas off each other. Load that comment section up with picks. In fact, speaking of like engagement and things on videos, if you guys get this video to 500 likes, I will actually leave a comment pinned at the top of the comment section with one of my premium plays for Saturday. So crush those likes. We've done it many times before. Get this thing to 500 likes before Saturday tip off. And I want to get you guys another winning play. I want to get you guys everything I can for free for you guys. Saturday, let's rock and roll. Noon slate. God, there's so many games, so many good games. I feel like I could spend 45 minutes on each one of these games. And the first one is an absolute banger. Villanova catching 2.5 on the road at Providence. Villanova catching 2.5 at Providence. Gut says Villanova. Gut says Villanova. Statistics and everything going on in the Big East says Providence. It's tough, man. Providence home games are tough. Let's see where the money's split. Providence, pretty heavy. 80% of the money right now on Providence. Line's 2.5. You want to see this get higher. If Providence is going to be the right side, if they're going to win this game, this line should get bumped to 3.5, maybe even touch a 4. Villanova, though, good fundamentals. I know a lot of people like to just draw conclusions, look at that UConn game and think that they're not a great team. Gut says Villanova's the right side. Everything else says Villanova. The money everything else says Providence. I'm going to stick with Villanova. I've watched enough basketball this season. I'm going to stick with my gut feeling on this. I'll take the 2.5 points with Villanova. Butler, Providence. Butler's been so bad. Horrible. Abysmal. Embarrassing. Butler has been atrocious. 13.5 point spread against DePaul. What do we have here? Is this a game where Butler uses like 5 games worth of frustration and they just cream DePaul by like 25? I got to lay the points. DePaul's horrible. Butler's just been beyond frustrated. But on the other end of the story, man, has Butler just tapped out? Do they just not care at this point? Could this almost be an upset? Is this almost a sneaky spot where Butler is just so disengaged that they don't care at all? It could be, man. This is a weird one. Not a premium play for members. Not going to be a premium play. I'm not betting this. Not $1 of my money is going on a game like this. I'm going to lean Butler 13.5 and just hope that they still care at this point in the season. Tulane at Florida Atlantic, 13.5 point spread. We all saw the game, the Memphis game. Florida Atlantic, a little bit of a cocky team. They've kind of been put in their place this season. Struggled at times. At home, they're going to win. They will beat Tulane, but 13.5? 13.5 seems a bit rich. I'm going to slightly lean Tulane in the points, but this is a contradiction. Okay, it's a lot of points, but everything points to Florida Atlantic. But 13.5 is out of control. 7.5, 8.5, sure, absolutely. Florida Atlantic probably would have been a premium play. 13.5, I don't know. Maybe look at a first half spread, but I'm still going to lean the Owls at home. Florida, South Carolina. This one's super interesting. We've seen Florida pull off some good road wins. We've seen Florida fall short sometimes. South Carolina is off of some wins that most people would consider good, right? You'd be like, oh, well, they went on the road and did this. And then they went on the road and did this. Texas A&M and Ole Miss, I'm not giving you credit for beating teams that can't even fucking wake up in the morning. Pathetic. Ole Miss and Texas A&M coaching staff and players deserve fucking nothing. They should be homeless. Fuck them. Every single one of them. Gutless, spineless pussies. I'm not giving South Carolina credit for that. Now they're at home laying in 1.5. I'm not buying it. Give me Florida on the money line. Fuck South Carolina. I don't think they're a good team, man. I don't. Pretty good defense, pretty good fundamentals. They lack offense at times. We've seen Florida get up for these spots on the road. Give me Florida to win this game outright. Florida State, Georgia Tech. I don't know. I mean, Florida State finally gets a decent win at home. Georgia Tech, though, they got some talent. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for Florida State to be laying a 1.5 on the road. I'm going to take Georgia Tech taking the 1.5 at home. Don't love it. Toss-up game. Don't bet this one. Kansas Baylor, interesting game as well. It'd be far more interesting if Kevin McCullough was playing for the Jayhawks. Kansas lost at home to BYU. This is not, I've said it before this year. I'm going to say it again. This is just not the typical Kansas team. It's not. And it's sad to see for the Big 12. This is not it. This is a subpar team. This is like a D plus, a D minus Kansas team. Usually Kansas is invincible, especially late February, early March. Bill Self, usually invincible team. They come out of the woodwork. They win their conference. Not this year. Not the same team. Lay the 4.5 with Baylor. Lay the 4.5 with Baylor. Baylor's look better. Should have beat Houston at home. Now you get Kansas without McCullough, a Kansas team with no depth, versus Baylor, who's been playing better. Scott Drew, also a good coach late season. Give me Baylor minus 4.5. Illinois, Wisconsin, 2.5-point spread. Coin flip. Flip a coin. Anyone who thinks they have an opinion on this that's accurate or they got this or that, no. This is a complete coin flip. Illinois can absolutely go to Wisconsin and win. Illinois is the better team. But it's a road game. Wisconsin's been very good at home. Illinois doesn't have a true point guard. All of that's concerning. I still gut feeling. I don't know, man. You got to go Wisconsin here. Money line, don't take the points. 2.5 could definitely bite you. This could be a buzzer beater game. 13 on the road. I mean, Illinois is ranked 13 in the country, and they're a 2.5-point dog to an unranked team. It's a system play. Give me Wisconsin at home on the money line minus 140. That's currently FanDuel odds at about 6 p.m. Eastern time. Arkansas, Kentucky. I don't know. Does Kentucky have enough defense? Do they care about Arkansas enough to cover 12.5? Kentucky's a great team when they're a slight underdog or, they're laying a small number. 12.5. I don't know if they have the defense to cover 12.5. Maybe look at a team total over just for Kentucky. You can take the spread out of it. They're going to get their points at home, no doubt about it. Do they put up enough defense to win by 13 or more? I'm not sure. I'm going to lean Kentucky. Don't love it. Oklahoma State at Texas, getting 10.5. We just saw Texas dismantle Texas Tech, but that was a beat-up, injured shell of a roster for Texas Tech. I'm not going to put too much stock into that particular game. Texas Tech or Texas struggled with Kansas State at home. Oklahoma State's been playing better lately. I'm going to take the 10.5 with Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State is going to hang in there and lose by like 7 or 8 points. 10.5, it just feels a little bit too rich. Oklahoma State also off of a tough UCF loss. By the way, UCF was a whiteboard winning pick. We had that one on the whiteboard. So, I went against Oklahoma State in that game, gave you guys UCF. Now I'm going to take Oklahoma State. Give me the 10.5 points. Oregon, Arizona, I don't know. I don't know, man. We've seen Arizona is just wildly inconsistent. I mean, what do you get from them? This is why, like, I hate Arizona in terms of the tournament. If they got a bad matchup for someone that really wants it, they're going to get punked. They're going to get upset. 13.5. I've just seen this story too many times. I'm taking the points with Oregon here. I think Arizona's more than happy just to win the game. Win by 8 or 9. A nice, comfortable, regular win at home. I don't think they're going to win this game by 14 or more. Oregon getting 13.5. I think that's enough points for a cover. Give me Oregon. Massachusetts, Davidson. Davidson at home, money line play. Marquette, Creighton. I'm taking the 4.5 with Marquette. I hope it's not a trap. And I don't really like Marquette. I don't love Shaka Smart. I don't love Kolek. But I think Marquette has the right team to make it hard for this Creighton roster. Now, if the Creighton three-pointers are falling, they can beat anybody in the country. They absolutely can. It is a little bit sneaky that Marquette's getting 4.5. That seems almost a bit easy. We saw Creighton beat UConn. That was a premium play for members. I like Creighton, but we've also seen Creighton lose at home to Butler. I'm going to take 4.5 with Marquette. I'm not going to buy the line. I don't care where the money is. I just don't care. 4.5, Marquette is a dog. I like him in that spot. Give me Marquette to cover the 4.5. Probably lose by a bucket. Penn State, Minnesota. I don't think you can go against trends and how the whole year is gone. Minnesota, 2 road losses. Now they're at home. Penn State, they had a little burst of energy kind of in the back half of the season. On the road, though, is tough. I mean, it took a huge home court comeback to beat a team like Illinois. Now you go on the road, only catching 5.5 against Minnesota. I think you lay it with Minnesota here. Minnesota at home, better team, better spot, better everything. Give me Minnesota minus 5.5. LSU, Vandy. God, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this is a spot where everybody gets burned. I was on LSU over Kentucky. They won the game outright in an upset. On the road at Vandy, no interest. Geez, man. Give me, I guess give me LSU. What a horrible game. Don't bet that one either. Don't do it. Wyoming, Colorado State. Give me Colorado State. They've underachieved. Lost too many games recently. They're too good for this. Wyoming, they get up for certain rivals, not in this spot. Give me Colorado State minus 14.5. Mississippi State, Auburn, 4:00 time slot. 9.5. Boy, love Auburn at home. Auburn off the Tennessee game. I love Auburn at home, but to cover 9.5, Mississippi State's like pretty good. They blew their last game. It was disgusting how they blew that game. Really, really, really disappointed in how they finished that game out. But I gotta go Mississippi State here. 9.5 is too much. This is I know Auburn's a wagon at home. I get it. I bet on Auburn so much, and they've cashed tickets for me, especially at home. First half, I know the trends. I know the stats. I know how the year's gone. I watch every game every day. I got to take 9.5 with Mississippi State. This is about to be a 7-point win for Auburn. Iowa State, Central Florida. This makes 0 sense. Line's 3.5. All the money, 91% of it's on Iowa State. Line's not moving. It's been 3.5 for a while. Opened up 3.5. It's still 3.5. I'm going Central Florida. Iowa State, I don't know. They're due for maybe one more flat spot before they head into the tournament on a high note. Road game, Big 12, always tough. Central Florida coming off a nice Oklahoma State win. Now they're back at home where they play better. I'll take 3.5 points with Central Florida. This might be the game that screws everybody's parlay. Everybody that puts Iowa State money line in whatever they're betting. This could be an upset. This could be Central Florida's live in this game. You might want to sprinkle some on that money line. Central Florida. NC State, UNC. Jesus, man, I'm just coughing today. So frustrating. Sorry about that. NC State, UNC. This is pretty simple to me. And the line it's stuck at 11.5. 82% of money is on UNC. Definitely concerning. UNC just got scared by Miami. Terrible defense. Gave up an ungodly amount of 3-pointers. I expect them. I think it was a tough week of practice, tough couple of days of practice. I think their defense shows up here. I don't think the coach was satisfied with that effort. Give me UNC laying 11.5. I'm not going to overthink this game. NC State is trash. UNC wins this one big. South Florida at Charlotte, number 25 in the country, 3.5-point underdog on the road. Give me Charlotte at home. Money line, minus 170. Small payout. It's not going to make you rich, but it's the right play. Charlotte's going to get the job done. USC, Washington. Give me USC plus 4.5. They're just better. Washington kind of been beaten up on bad teams, barely squeaked by Arizona State. Got a win over UCLA. Give me USC. They have more talent, and they're catching 4.5 points. Maybe they come up just short in this game. You could also look at an over. This is going to be a fast-paced game. Over 153.5. But give me USC in the points. Wake Forest, 1.5-point favorite at Virginia Tech. I was on Virginia Tech to knock off Virginia when they were a favorite. Now they're catching a point at home over Wake. Wake just can't seem to get it done on the Wake's off that big Duke game, court storming. I got to go Virginia Tech. I'm going to go Virginia Tech here, catching a 1.5. I'll take the 1.5 with the Hokies at home. I just can't trust Wake on the road. Iowa Northwestern, 3.5-point spread. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, Northwestern, they continue to win road games that I don't think they're going to win, like the Maryland game, Rutgers game, I think. They keep impressing me on the road. At home, 3.5. Iowa's been playing better. This line feels too short. I thought this would have been like minus 5.5. 5.5, 6.5. 3.5, I'm going to take Iowa. I'm going to take the 3.5 points. I think their offense can do enough to keep them within the number. Definitely don't love that game. I'll tell you what, that is, don't bet that game. VCU Richmond, give me Richmond at home. Give me Richmond on the money line. Texas Tech, West Virginia. Texas Tech, if they were healthy, I'd be all over them here. It'd be a great spot for them. They just got dismantled by Texas at home in a rivalry game. I'm not backing them. They're lost. They're confused. It looks like you hit them with a stun gun. They look tased. They look tranquilized. Not a team I want to back in Morgantown. West Virginia already has wins over teams like Texas and Kansas at home. UCF at home. Give me West Virginia getting 3.5. I think they win the game outright. Upset. Mountaineers. Virginia goes to Duke. I think their lack of offense is going to kill them here. Give me Duke minus 8.5. Duke's going to win the game. I don't love them to lay the points. Like, I wouldn't be running to the window to bet Duke 8.5 here, but Duke's going to win this game. And if that Virginia offense can't figure out look, you can only do so much with D. At home, on home court, you could play really good D and get away with winning games 60-55, 55-50. Not here. Give me Duke minus 8.5. UCLA, Washington State. Give me Washington State. UCLA had that nice little mid-season, late-season stretch where they won some games. It was against all the bottom feeders of the Pac-12. Now Washington State, off of a USC game where they barely won. I mean, they got scared, right? They came off that Arizona State upset, barely get by USC. Now I think they play a little bit more comfortable. They look a little bit more cohesive as a team. Give me Washington State minus 6.5. Kansas State at Cincy. Kansas State catching 5.5 points. I'll take the points with Kansas State. They need a win. They need this game. Cincinnati's cooked. I'll never trust Cincinnati's offense. They completely fall apart. I watched Kansas State be competitive at Texas, which is a harder place to play than at Cincy. Big 12 game, desperate team, better coach, decent talent. Give me the offense of Kansas State to be enough to stay in this game. I think they can beat Cincinnati outright. I'll take 5.5 points. Clemson, Notre Dame. This is a no bet for me. Clemson will be more than content with just getting a win here. I don't know if they care about covering a spread. I'm going to lean Notre Dame in the points, but Clemson's going to win this game. I wouldn't bet against them. Tennessee, Bama, great game. Bama's favorite 2.5. Bama's a wagon at home. Tennessee off a monster win. Connect went crazy. I expect some aggression. I don't think Connect's that great. He looks good. People say he's this and that, and they're comparing him to certain players that I think is a bit outrageous. Tennessee's offense struggles at times. I like Alabama at home. Moneyline play. Don't mess with the points here because this one's going to be close. But Alabama, they're going to get the job done. I think Alabama wins at home. Houston goes to Oklahoma. And this is another confusing line. 5.5. We got some money coming in on Oklahoma, a little bit. 85% of the money's on Houston. The line just won't budge. It's still stuck at 5.5. But Oklahoma, we watched them completely collapse in a second half to an injured, crippled Kansas team with no depth. This is a trap. This is a trap. This is one of the lines. And lately, sometimes I've been taking lines that don't make sense. I'm like, oh, that team should be this. The line is this. So I'm going to go with the odds make. No, here I'm not buying it. I don't care. Houston minus 5.5. Absolute lock. I just don't understand this. I just don't understand this. Oklahoma's not good. I don't care that they're at home. Their offense is going to struggle. The only thing that makes sense here to take Oklahoma is the mentality of Houston. Are they just going to come in flat? They could. They could. I mean, we saw them get a road win at Baylor. At Oklahoma, Oklahoma's not a good team, man. Give me Houston minus 5.5. New Mexico catching 2.5 on the road at Boise. I think you got to lean Boise at home. Again, money line play, not messing with the spread on a game, that's a home favorite at 2.5. I'm going to go Boise State on the money line. New Mexico's a home team. Michigan State, Purdue, 9.5 point spread. This one's tough. This one's tough because I feel like it's one way or another. I feel like this is either about to be a Michigan State upset or this is going to be a blowout. I'm going to lean Purdue. I think Purdue gets up for this game. I think they show up in a big game against Michigan State, full effort, home court, the whole 9. Michigan State shooting potential scares me. 9.5 seems like a lot of points to take with Michigan State. I'm not going to buy it. I think it's just a great day for Purdue. I'm going to lay the points with Purdue. TCU at Baylor, 9:00 game. The spread is 5.5. This one's brutal, man. These are the type of games where I feel like I like TCU. I like TCU as an underdog. I like them catching 5, 6, 7 points. At BYU is tough, man. I've bet on BYU in certain spots. They show up in certain spots. 5.5. Is 5.5 enough to where I can trust TCU? I think BYU is going to win this game. Is 5.5 enough for TCU? The way BYU has collapsed and gone from a 10, 11, 12-point lead all the way down to barely winning the game multiple times, I'm going to still take the points with TCU here. They're athletic enough. I think they can keep it within the number. But the line, the money right now is definitely the sharp money right now is showing BYU is the right side. I'm going to go against it here. I'm going to take 5.5 at TCU. And the final game available on FanDuel right now at about 7:00 Eastern time on Friday is Gonzaga at St. Mary's, number 23 at number 17. We just saw Gonzaga with a dominant second half, beating a San Francisco team twice. San Francisco team twice. Did I say that kind of weird? Sounded weird. You know what? They've been playing so good. They're on a winning streak. I get it. Gonzaga this, Gonzaga that. I don't buy it. I don't think it's a good roster. I think any team with any type of athletic ability and fundamentals can beat this team. I love St. Mary's in this spot. I'm not going to mess with a 2.5 point spread. The money line is currently minus 140. That's the way I'd look. Give me St. Mary's. They're the better team. They already beat Gonzaga at Gonzaga. This is a game where they show Gonzaga that they no longer own this conference. Give me St. Mary's to win this game. I think they cover the spread. Gonzaga's a public underdog. You never want to be a public underdog. If the money continues to come in on Gonzaga and they just remain a 2-3 point underdog, St. Mary's definitely the right side. I like St. Mary's here to win this game. Play them on the money line. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get a whiteboard winner. Let's update this whiteboard. Let's get you guys another winning pick here. What are we going to go with? Got to get you guys a winning pick. You know what? I think we have a great game here. Tennessee off such an impressive performance. They look so good against that Auburn team. Alabama at home is just flat out different. I think it's the right side. I even wrote it in red for you guys. Alabama, money line play. Don't be laying the 2.5 points. The money line currently on FanDuel is minus 150. 57% of tickets are on Tennessee, but 75% of the money, the sharp money, is on Alabama here. I think Alabama shows up at home. I think Dalton Connect comes back down to earth a little bit. I think the Tennessee offense overall will struggle to score a little bit. Alabama's offense for sure is going to get their points. I like Alabama at home. They're a wagon at home. There's no reason to go against them here. The number 4 team in the country is an underdog for a reason. Alabama's going to win this game. Hopefully you can get another winner there on the whiteboard. Drop a like, guys. Come on, 500 likes. I want to get you another play. I want to get you a premium play. That Alabama game is not a premium play for my members. If we can get 500 likes on today's video, I'll go ahead and drop one of my better plays for Saturday. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you guys are betting. Anyone got some crazy parlays, some upsets? What do you guys like? Again, links to the Soet, TikTok, all that stuff in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video.